Hey guys, this is more Final Fantasy X. Now before we get started, I just want to let y'all know that I lost the original Final Fantasy Part 41 because when I tried to render it out and all kind of stuff, it was going like mock speed and I couldn't save it, all kind of stuff. So instead of starting the game over, which would take a whole hell of a lot of work, and I don't think I would be able to get the stats the way I are and all kind of stuff, I decided to just update you what happened in the part that went missing. Alright, so we were on the airship, getting attacked by the Guado. We escaped from that, and we had a fight on top of the deck. The Protector Bevelle Cloister which was a decently hard battle. We got through him, and we landed in Bevelle, where Yuna was getting forced to be married by the Seymour, who was already dead. And we landed in Bevelle, fought through a lot of the army, the military that they have. And but before we can get there, they do tie the knot. Seymour winds up marrying, kissing Yuna, and they get married, all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, but Yuna's trying to do it to where she could only got married so she could try to send Seymour. But before she could send Seymour, we got all the other maesters came and like held us back and all kind of stuff. But Yuna jumps off the side of Bevelle and lands on Velafor, who she summons and disappears. We're expecting to be the Bevelle Cloister Trials, and now we're at the entrance of the Bevelle Cloister Trials, so here we go. So that was it in a nutshell, and I sincerely apologize for messing it up, but now, since we know what to do, it's not going to be that hard. This is actually the third time I've done this video because I keep messing up. It took me 25 minutes, and I wasn't even finished with the Cloister Trials yet, but now I actually looked up a walkthrough and a guide. Now I do know how to do this now, so it's not going to be too hard. I actually was in the right direction. I just was missing one easy step I didn't realize. Believe it or not. It's all good though. We got it. Alright, so the first thing we do is go over here and grab this. Okay, no, that's not the right way to do. And sorry my voice is still so hoarse. We had second day of the concert that I went to this year, CPR Fest. We have a concert every year called CPR Fest, and it was 14 hours worth of rock and roll, and my voice is kind of shot right now. Only so much you can do though. So yeah, I can mark off another one of the bands that I wanted to see off my list, which is Evanescence. They were the headlining band for the day. And yesterday, Hollywood Undead. There were two bands I've been wanting to see live, which I finally got a chance to. So I got that taken care of now. But overall, there was like today I've seen over 100 bands live because I've been to so many concerts, all kinds of stuff. But actually, 4 out of the 5 bands that played today, I've never actually seen live before. I've never seen Evanescence, never seen Hailstorm, Cavo, or New Medicine. The only one I actually seen live was Chevelle. And I've seen them about 3 times. And yesterday, but I've seen, there was only 2 bands I've seen live, and that was Nonpoint and POD. Similarly, we go put the steer in, and it opens up a path to the next area. So there's nothing much we can really do more up here, so 14 hours of rock and roll kind of wore me out a little bit, and I'm a little bit sore. My voice is hoarse, all kind of stuff. But it was definitely worth every penny. The $60 I paid for $60 for a 2-day pass, so that wasn't basically $30 a day. It was definitely worth all the money. So yeah. So now, since we took care of that, now this first path, we can now go down this first path and it leads us to the next area. And this is where I actually got stuck at for a while, but now I know what to do. First thing we need to do is go down here, down this first path, keep going straight, and there's a steer down here we can grab, which we will need. And go ahead and grab that steer. Now that I actually looked at the walkthrough and all that kind of stuff, this isn't as hard as I was making it out to be. It's still frustrating and tedious and annoying as hell, but this really isn't as hard as what you make it out to be. It's really quite easy if you know what you're doing. It doesn't really take all that long either. So yeah, we head back up here. So they already said they're planning on the next CPR Fest, which you have every single year. And the reason it's called CPR Fest because the I guess I mentioned it before, but we have a radio station around here on 90 WCPR radio station called CPR. So anyway, we go down to the very last one. Shit, and I missed it. And this year was the 16th CPR Fest, so they've been doing it for a long time. God bless it, I keep missing. Okay, that one's really, really annoying. If you don't hit it exactly right, you're going to fall over the stage. You have to do it all over again. Ah, fuck. I missed the wrong one. That's okay, though. We'll need that spear in just a second. We don't need it quite yet. So let's just push this back in here. Actually, this might be a blessing in disguise because it'll slow it down enough to where maybe I can actually make that right turn. But yeah, I sincerely apologize for losing the original part 41. But there's nothing I can do about that. I can spend the 14, 15 hours to get back to where I was, but with my job and all kinds of stuff, I really don't have that much time. So, alright, so now we put the Bevelle Sphere in and it opens that path up to that, which we'll need that in just a second. That glyph sphere that we just saw, we're going to need that to put that in that hole right there because we'll need to grab another sphere that's behind that. So it's just a bunch of tedious going back and forth, all kind of stuff, but once we get through all of this, it's really not that hard. People make it harder than what it actually is. I mean, if you know what you're doing, I think my Kalania Temple Cloister Trials is actually harder than this one. Fuck, I missed it. Sorry for the cussing. I'm trying to cut down on the cussing a little bit. I'm trying to make this a little bit more family friendly than what I've been making it out to be. So, just sometimes when it gets frustrating and all kind of stuff, I tend to like go completely overboard with the cussing, and I sincerely apologize about that. I'm not generally the one to cuss all that much, except when I get like really frustrated. So basically take the glyph sphere. We don't need that anymore. Well, we don't need that anymore there. But now we can, now the glyph sphere, you take it back to this end path. And you put it in that hole that we got way over there at the end. Alright, so now we can put that here. And grab this destruction sphere, which we'll need. Now we go back here and we go back to that second area where we got the glyph sphere and put the destruction sphere there. Yeah, it's a lot of backtracking, tedious work. Once you get done with it, it really isn't that bad. So, so yeah, here we go. And now we go past the first one. And we go back to this one again. Oh, I missed it. Oh, God. That sucked. That's the only bad thing. If you miss, you have to start all over again, and it just takes longer and longer and longer. It's just a bunch of tedious bitch work. There we go. Got it that time. Now we grab. Now we go to this over here. Put the destruction sphere here. And the first time I played through it, I forgot that the destruction sphere is required to move on. Normally, it's optional. We can get like an optional item or whatever like that. But in this one, the destruction sphere is actually required to move on to finish up the temple. You can't finish the temple without it. That's what I kept missing. I got everything right up to that point, but I just left the destruction sphere there because I thought I wouldn't be able to find it. But no, it's actually the one time where it's required to use to beat. Alright, so now we can go back here one last time and grab that Bevelle sphere since we don't need the Bevelle. We don't need to go over there anymore. We'll need it for a little bit later. Or really soon. Alright, so now we push this back here. But, yeah, and they already said they're planning out to be CPR, early stage of CPR Fest 17 in the year. And, yesterday was like 11,000 people with a bunch of smaller bands, POD, Hollywood Undead. I mean, some of those are big, but today they said it was about 25,000, which was kind of insane. That's the second biggest CPR Fest they've ever had, attendance-wise. The only one that was bigger was last year when we had Avenged Sevenfold as a headliner. But I was surprised that a lot of people left for Evanescence. A lot of people came to see Chevelle and then they left. Personally, like I said, I have a big crush on Amy Lee, so I was very, very excited to see her. And I was like in the second row, so I was almost touching distance from her. I was so close to her. It was kind of cool. Alright, so now we're back up here on this, go up here on this top row. Alright, and then what we do here is one little slot right here, put the Bevelle spear there. Now, sets that up. And now we'll grab that right here, which is the 8-piece spear, which is the destruction spear. Action and destruction spear, though. Now you can push this, push that switch, push this, and it pushes it all the way up into that platform. Well, you can go on this platform over here, and grab this chest, which is the Night Lance for Kimari. Not that Night Lance is any better than what he has. Oh yeah, definitely. Putting that on him. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and do these spear levels. Nothing for him. No. Defense by 2. Agility by 2 for him. And Lulu, you can learn Demi now. And as you notice, I finally racked up a lot of 8 ability spheres. And guess what? We're finally out of Bevelle Cloister trials. So now we're going out as Yuna in the Chamber of the Faith.
Yuna? Inside, maybe?
Maybe.
Then what are we standing here for?
Don't open it. You're gonna try to open it with his bare hands.
You can stuff your taboos!
We need to see if Yuna's okay. Of course, Kimari helps, which is kind of good because Kimari's a big, strong Ronso. Yeah, I just want to see if Yuna's okay. I want to see if Yuna's even in there. We finally get to see what a Chamber of the Faith actually looks like. And Kimari gives him the signal and he slides under. You see what a Chamber of Faith finally looks like. And is Yuna in here? Yes, she is. And it's the little Faith kid that we saw from the very beginning of the game. It's the little ghost kid. I'm a ghost.
What's
that?
A Faith. They join with the Summoner, and together receive the Aeon.
So they received the Aeon.
They are human souls, imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites.
The dead should be allowed to rest.
But some of them don't. So here he comes, and he joins his power with Yuna, and we get so we're going to be getting a new Aeon. The question is who is it? I know who it is, but do y'all know who it is? I know who it. And it passes out from the sheer power, and yes, this is a badass Aeon. Everybody, but so Yuna is okay after all. She was in here the entire time. And that is the Faith singing to him of the Faith, by the way. That makes sense. And we get our new Aeon, which is...
Wait! Don't come out!
Uh-oh. Something's going on here. We bring Yuna out, and it's Maester Keenock and some soldiers.
You are to stand trial.
Trial for what?
I expect it will be a fair trial.
Not really.
Of course it will.
I don't believe you at all. I don't think it'll be a fair trial at all. And we get Bahamut. And yes, we're going to save here. When we come back, we'll see what this trial's all about. And see what's going to happen to us after this trial and all kind of stuff. So have a good day. I will see y'all later, probably in the day or so after my voice heals up. Because, yeah, this is kind of hurting me. But what can you do? This is DKS3A, the Crazy Gamer. Signing out.